Gentlemen, this is Eric Barboza with Front Row Sports, and I'm being joined with Director of Athletics, Mr. Jim Bartko. Mr. Bartko, thank you very much for your time today, sir.
Happy to be here.
Great. Now, how did those all come to fruition with the caravan, with stopping from the Valley? I know it started today, you're in the South Valley. What was the meaning of all this?
Well, one of the first things I did when I got here is I wanted to reach out to the Valley, because I think it's people get the perception that Fresno State is Fresno, which it is, but it's also all around the Valley. We have fans everywhere. And I think it was important for us to get out and about, meet people that come down to our games all the time, get our coaches out and about. You know, today having a wrestling coach, a women's basketball coach, Rodney from Inside, and DeRuyter, getting those coaches together and see our fans from all the different small spots. We're getting ice cream here at the Superior, and it's fun for us to get out and about. It's also fun for us to meet our fans throughout the Valley and say thank you.
Now, Coach Pat Hill, ex-football coach, he was notorious for doing this, making the caravan stop. I think it's really neat that you have all the coaches involved now. So I know there's a baseball coach, Bates's not here, and a couple other coaches. But how was it getting all the coaches scheduled?
That's the hardest part. Every sport's different. There's some are recruiting, some are on vacations, some are at the World Series and college baseball, scouting. July is a big recruiting month. When we have so I try to mix up so we have some male sports, some female sports, and try to get an equal number. And then different coaches are going different places. Tim and Rodney are at all three stops. We're going to get Gene Fleck tomorrow, and from our swimming. We had Trish Ford was supposed to come all three spots, but obviously took a job at ASU, so she's missing out. But we just try to mix it up a little bit, and calendars are the hardest part. Trying to around camps and everything else. So, but we're doing it, and it's fun. I think our coaches are having a good time, and our fans seem to be enjoying it, and that's what it's all about.
Now you're going into your second year.
Yep.
This is year 2, and in my opinion, I think I've seen a lot of changes in 2 years with your administration and your staff than I've seen in a very, very long time. Why do you think is that?
It's hard for me to look back. One, we have a good president. Obviously, we're in his town right now, and I want to thank him for the opportunity he gave me. But we have good people. And I think for me, just coming in, I was at Oregon close to 27 years, and when I first started, we weren't very good. It took a lot of grassroots effort. And I look at Fresno State that we're a sleeping giant. We can be as good as we want to be, but we have to start from the bottom up and thank our people. And TV now makes it easy for fans to sit home and watch on TV and not do it. So for us to get our fans and to build what we want to build, we need to get out and see people say thank you also. So, it's just I'm a people person. I love saying hi to people, saying thank you, and I think people will trust you and have faith in what you're doing if they know you care. And we got to make sure people know we care.
And let's talk about some of those projects going on in Fresno State. Track and field is getting renovated. The tennis courts have been being worked at. The branding is a big issue now, where you want to put a brand of Fresno State all over. The fencing's going on at Bulldog Stadium, so you can talk a little bit about that.
One thing we looked at when I first got there is we needed to make sure our soccer lacrosse locker rooms got done. We got the North Gym figured out. The track was in really bad shape. The tennis courts are falling apart. So those are things we needed to do first before we started the expansion of Bulldog Stadium, which is 35 years old and it needs. A lot of our fans are, I've heard that from time and time again. It's hard to walk up 70 rows and walk down, and our restrooms are 35 years old. So we need to look at that. That is the revenue stream that we have. The better football does, the more fans we get in the stands, the more we can help support all now 21 sports with wrestling and water polo. We're announcing water polo this Thursday with a new coach, and hopefully have softball done by next week. But there's a lot of things we need to do. We're behind a few things. Bulldog Stadium now with the branding, the fencing is phase 1. We're going to hire an architect here the next 30 days to get going on phase 2, 3, and 4, and hopefully by the 19th season we'll be done with it all. Open with Minnesota, and that's my hope is that'll be a renovated Bulldog Stadium where all of our fans can enjoy it.
Now, in regards to the Bulldog being the moneymaker, what's the naming rights going on? I know you're very close to naming them.
We hope we're close. We have 3 or 4 companies that are interested. Have been talking to us about it, and it's it's a 30-year commitment to naming rights, and we got to find the right fit for what Bulldog Stadium is, and we'll keep looking at that. We have 9 months to get it figured out, but we're right now right in the heart of negotiations. What we're trying to do.
Awesome. Now, one of the things I really like about what you're doing is that you're really accessible, and you made that a point of emphasis from day one that people can reach out to you, your office, and it's been fantastic. And I don't think we've never had that before, where no one could, you're very accessible, like I said. What was your thinking in doing that?
It's who I am. I think you got to be comfortable with what you are, and we're not too big to our fans are what's important. And if I'm not accessible, then our coaches will be accessible. And I want fans to know that we're not going to listen to everything they say. We have a lot of opinions, but I'm going to listen to everything they say. And we're going to do some things that we can do. But I want to make sure they know that anytime they call me or stop by and yell at me in the stands, I'm going to say hello. I don't care if it's a $100 donor or a $1 million donor. They need to know that we're here to serve our fans and our university and do the right thing.
Now let's switch gears a little bit with the ever-changing landscape of college athletics, specifically about football. And I know Fresno State's a very proud member of the Mountain West Conference. Where do you see it changing in 5 years with the expansion talk? 5 to 10 years.
I think if I had that answer at a crystal ball, I'd probably be a millionaire right now. Who knows what's going to happen? What I tell our coaches is don't worry about expansion. Let's dominate the Mountain West first. Let's get Bulldog Stadium done to where we can be proud that stadium can be up there. And when it comes time for expansion, let's put ourselves in a position that we'll be looked at. But we've got to still, like this last, I'm so proud of our coaches from the winter through the spring. We won a lot of championships, and it shows you that we can win. And I think if we get all of our coaches understanding that we're going to dominate this league, when it comes time for expansion, we'll be up there. But let's don't worry about that now until we get our own backyard fixed and win our conferences and go to the World Series and go to the NCAAs. And like Rodney and baseball and softball and football's going to be much better. And that's what we can control. We can't control what the Big 12 does or the Pac-12 does. We can control what Fresno State does. That's what we're going to do.
Awesome. Now, before we let you go, any last words for the Red Wave?
Thank you, everybody. It's been a great year and a half. Great times are ahead. Stick with us. Support our programs. Come out to our venues and make sure you yell and scream and call if you have any questions.
All right. That's our Director of Athletics, Mr. Jim Bartko. Thank you very much.
You got it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldog takeover continues. We're joined live by the new wrestling coach, Mr. Troy Steiner.
They deserve a top program that kids can come and have a place to win championships, get a great education, and then go on with their life. That's what I intend to do.
Now, and you mentioned before also that you've known a little bit of the recruiting aspects here in the Central Valley, which is a big plus because you've been here before. And talk a little bit about what you expect to gain from the Valley as part of your new program.
Well, the Valley's I'm going to very highly recruit the Valley. There's a lot of great kids there. The problem is that a lot of them have left, but because they haven't had the resources here, they haven't had a program here to support them or to take them to get the goals that they've wanted. But now we have the program back, and now it's my job to create the right environment, put the staff in place, and get the right environment here so that it's conducive to winning.
What's going to be Bulldog wrestling, and what's your vision of Bulldog wrestling?
It's going to be a tough, hard style. When people come out against us, they're going to know they're on the mat with someone, and we're going to fight. We're going to fight hard. And, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's not easy for anyone. You got to learn to fight and work through issues, and that's what we're going to attempt to do. We're going to be a threat.
Awesome. Now, what's the process right now moving forward? Have you had a chance to get a staff going together, or how's that process going?
We're through the process. We're going through it right now. I'm getting some phone interviews tomorrow. I kind of know who I want in a couple positions. It's just a matter of getting them out here and taking a look at it, seeing if it's something they want to do. Because the biggest thing to me is I want people that want to be here and want to be a part of this. It's not for everyone. Not everyone wants it. It's the people that I want that are willing to step up to this type of a challenge. And that goes for my staff and the athletes that I recruit. If they want a program that's well established and it's already set up, it's probably not for them. But if they want to be a part of something, building something special here, part of history, then this is an opportunity that they'll look for.
Now, in wrestling recruiting, since you're building a brand new program, is it just all freshmen that are going to be wrestling, or are you going to get any transfers, or how does that process work?
I don't want 10 freshmen starting the lineup the first year, but we'll see. There's definitely going to be some transfers coming in. Maybe go some junior college kids that have a little bit of experience, have some leadership. I think it'll be a mix of athletes, but that'll play out as time goes on here. But the first thing is I got to get my staff in place, and then recruiting them. I've been talking to kids, but I got to start making some home visits here after the 1st of July, and getting these kids excited about what's going on here.
Awesome. Before I let you go, there's a huge fan of yours already. Down in Coalinga. He's a friend of mine, his son. He's a big-time wrestler. J.D. Reed sends his best, and he's excited to have wrestling back in the Valley. And just to touch down on that, how has the wrestling community reached out to you, knowing that wrestling's finally back at Fresno State?
Well, I've had great support with, contact through texts and emails and Facebooks and all that. But, for the people here in the Valley, you guys have fought hard to get this program back, but you got to continue to support, show up and be at the meets. That's going to be a big part of it. And show these kids that are on the team that it is important and you want it back and you're going to support them, because that gives them a little more fight. And so it's, I need your help, and I'm going to try to help you as much as I can as well with using the kids here in this valley to be a part of this program. So it's your program. It's for the people here in the valley, and I'm just here to help guide it and get the right people involved.
Awesome. Anything else before we let you go today?
Go Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. All right. Thank you.
With their women's basketball, and we want to continue that tradition. We want to even do more. We want to advance in the tournament, get to the NCAAs. We're excited about next year. We actually have 6 new kids coming in, and but we have Bago back. Mm-hmm. We also have a transfer, Tori Jacobs. She's a transfer from Minnesota. She'll be eligible to play next year. So we're really excited to see those 2 play. We have the freshman. All freshman Bree Kanishka, who played. She had the most minutes of anybody on our team last year, so I think we'll have a good nucleus. We'll have to add in a couple fresh young kids, but it'll be exciting. And once again, our goal is always to win the tournament or win the conference, which gives us the best chance to win the tournament.
Now, what's the process right now with the off season? Is this recruiting time for you, or what does your staff do in the off season, and what do your players do in the off season?
Well, we just got done with our camps, which were very successful. We doubled our numbers in camp. We have an individual camp, but then we also have a team camp. And we had about 30 teams, mostly from the Valley, and that was really fun because we get to know the players, we get to know the coaches a little bit better, and then we go into recruiting in July, and then in August we actually are going to have another camp, an elite camp, and then a coaches clinic to get to know a little bit more about the Valley and the people in the Valley, and then we start basketball in September, start practice.
Now, with the newcomers coming in, what do you expect from them? Do you expect them to play immediately, or do you expect them to sit and wait and learn behind these other players?
Well, we have 6 coming in. One of them is a transfer from the University of Utah, so she cannot play. But the other 5, I do expect at least 1 or 2 of them to be able to play right away. Because that class is so big, and the class before that was so big, we expect that we're going to have some new faces in the lineup.
What does the schedule look like? Is the schedule complete, or do we have some good opponents coming into State Mart Center?
Yeah, we have the University of Utah. I think they're the second game of the start of the season. We play them here. We also will go to the University of Washington. The University of Washington was in the Final Four last year, so that should be a really good game. I think this year's preseason will be the toughest that we've had since I've been at Fresno State.
And I agree, because all this non-conference has always been tough, and that's always helped you at Mountain West play. And I'm a big proponent of that, and I'm sure you are as well. And what do the players expect with this non-conference schedule?
Well, I think last year we played Washington, we played George Washington at the St. Martin Center, which were very good games. We felt like we were very competitive. I think our kids will be tested for sure, but it does make us tougher for the conference. And I've not always been a fan of that, but last year it really, I thought, gave us a toughness and a confidence going into the conference season.
Anything else before we let you go?
No, just that we're excited to be here, and I've already had my ice cream, so make sure everybody eats their ice cream. But no, we really love being a part of the Valley and appreciate all the fans.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Jaime White from Fresno State Women's Basketball. Thank you very much.
And other opportunities for other young players who want to come in and be a part of it.
Now, moving forward to this upcoming season, you're losing Marvel Harris, Lewis, you're losing Caesar, but your recruiting class that you just signed, amazing. I mean, can you speak on that? I mean, you're losing a lot, but you're gaining a lot of key pieces.
Sure. We're losing a lot of we lost a lot of experience at the guard positions. We had seniors playing a year ago. We got Deshaun Taylor sat out last year. He'll be a sophomore. Jerron Hopkins will be a junior this year. Jerron's a very good, talented player. We'll have opportunities to play this year's guys that sat out from a year ago. Nate Grimes will be another young player that has a chance to be a front court player that has a chance to play minutes this year and had sat out a year ago. And then you talk about our 5 young incoming guys. We've got 5 freshmen. Bryson Williams, a local kid from Roosevelt High School, have a chance to be a really good player for us in our program. Talk about Rojas from Brazil. It's going to be a good young prospect for us to have a chance to develop in our program. The 2 Australian players, Daryl and Will, both are really good players. Will, has elite level vision at the point guard spot. Daryl can really shoot the basketball. And then you have Johnny McWilliams, who is a 6'5" big guard that can defend and shoot the basketball.
And do you expect any of the young players to step up this year, or do you expect them to sit down and learn from their 1-year experience, or what do you expect from your incoming class?
We got a good blend this year. We have 10 returning guys from a year ago. we got a good blend in terms of our young guys. We're going to have a chance to play early in their careers for us. Quite a few of those guys, really count on those guys to play a little bit for us and bring some significant minutes to the table.
Now, is the schedule set, or do you know what teams might be coming into the St. Martin Center this year?
We're pretty close to being done. You know, we've got a very competitive non-conference schedule, probably one of the better schedules in our league outside of conference play. You know, and we're going to be on the road a little bit and everything, probably more so than we want to be, but we're going to have some formidable foes on the road. Got 16 home games this year right now, the way it's kind of shaping up. So, very competitive schedule that I think they'll prepare us for conference play.
Anything else before we let you go today, Coach?
Excited about having an opportunity to come back out and see some of our red wave and again just share some of our Bulldog spirit that we have and get a chance to interact and hopefully make a greater connection with our community.
Before we let you go, you have any upcoming summer camps going on at school?
We do. We actually have one going on right now that started today and goes through Thursday. We also have one more that we'll finish up with starting August 1st.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Rodney Terry, the head men's basketball coach of the defending Mountain West champions. Go Dogs.
Trains some elite athletes. He brings an intensity and a discipline that's unique in college football. And we're going to be a much more mentally prepared, much more mentally tough team this year. And it's going to be really due a large part to the average Coach Stallworth and his staff.
And also good news with Chase and Virgil getting that fourth year, medical red shirt?
Yes, we had applied for the medical red shirt. We were pretty sure he was going to get it, but until it officially comes, you never know. But the NCAA had granted it last year a medical red shirt because he missed the entire year. And so he'll have 4 years to compete for us and 4 years to help us compete for a conference championship.
Can you give us an update on how's he doing right now? Is he 100%?
Physically, yeah. He went through spring ball, didn't have an issue. He's in the middle of lifting and running with our guys right now. Right now, from a football coaching standpoint, we can't be with our players when there's a ball around. We can be there when they're lifting and running. But Jason's running our player run practices. He's doing, from all reports, he's doing a great job getting those guys going. We've challenged him. We've got to make strides between spring ball and August 3rd when our players report from a timing standpoint, from a chemistry standpoint, so that when we show up on August 3rd, our guys are ready to hit it. He's taken that leadership role, which is kind of rare for a redshirt freshman. But he's doing it, and he's really doing a nice job with our guys.
Now, schedule news, we got USC for 3 games now. How involved are you with the teams you want to play, or how does that work out? Or does Mr. Bartko just tell you, hey, this is what we're playing, or do you have a what's that like?
Well, Jim and I are in constant communication about the types of teams we want to play in our non-conference schedule, and USC fits in that. We've always had a tradition of playing anybody, anytime, anywhere, and we want to keep that legacy that helps us to recruit, quite frankly. We want guys who want to play at the highest level, compete for a Mountain West championship. When other conferences come in, they may tell them, hey, don't go to Fresno State, it's not big-time football. We play big-time football.
Yeah.
And we want somebody, as a recruit, who wants that type of a challenge. The thing that I like about what we're doing with our schedule is we're trying to keep it a Western U.S. based. I think the travel aspect, when you can play at SC or UCLA, our fan base can get to it. I think it's just a win-win for everybody.
And going back to the season, it wasn't what anybody wanted. No excuses. I've never heard you say an excuse that people got hurt. It's just, how much has that influenced this team this year moving forward?
Well, I think what's happened is it's given our guys a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, quite frankly. Nobody thinks that last year was acceptable. We're making some changes. There's a different resolve to our guys as they're working out from starting in January. I like the leadership on our team. We've got some really talented young guys and some senior leaders that are leading them in the right direction. So you're going to see a very different and passionate football team that's going to go into every game expecting to compete.
I've seen that Joe Bernardi here, your tight end coach, and very, very animated Mr. Bernardi is. And how much of an impact have you seen on him with the kids right now on the recruiting trail and just firing everybody up?
Well, it's great when you can bring a guy who's a former player here, especially someone who has the passion for Bulldog, football like Joe does. He's a very impactful guy. When we decided to make some changes with our offense, we're going to have more multiplicity in it. We'll have a little bit more tight end based offense, and so we wanted to hire a coach specifically for tight ends. I thought when we brought Joe in and considered some other coaches, he fit it to a T. He was a guy who was going to bring energy to practice, a passion for Bulldog sports. When he goes on the road recruiting, he brings a rare passion for Fresno, for the Valley, for Bulldog football that is palpable to our recruits. And so having him on staff has been really, really big. And I think, guys like Chad Olson and Kyle Rittering, they're going to have great futures because of the impassioned coaching that he's going to provide for us.
Now, final thing before we let you go. You're here at Superior Dairy. What type of ice cream did you have?
I tried to pick the smallest thing I could find, which was the small milkshake, which was still huge. Had a cookies and cream milkshake. It was fantastic.
Awesome. Anything else before we let you go?
No, it's just great to be out here in the Valley. We're hitting the South Valley today. We're at Carruthers here in Hanford. I think we're on our way to Dinuba in Visalia. Tomorrow we're going to be over in Firebaugh, and Wednesday going to hit the North Valley. So great chance to get out to meet Bulldog fans everywhere. And it's fun to be out here with Coach Terry, Coach White. It's a great experience getting out here on the road with the Bulldog family.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your head football coach, Mr. Tim DeRuyter. Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
No, that's good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final guest of the Bulldog Takeover is none other than the great Joe Bernardi, tight end coach of Fresno State. Welcome to Front Row Sports. Glad you're on the show, man.
Thank you very much. Good to be home.
Good. And, well, we talked about that a little bit. I asked if you're glad to be back in the Valley. You just said absolutely. I think we're, as Bulldog fans, we're excited, ecstatic that you're back. Actually, my brother's a big Oregon fan, so he's kind of disappointed that you left Oregon. But talk about your experience at Oregon.
It was great. I tell everybody all the time, when you get a chance to be around Marcus Mariota every day, life is good. But it was fun. Learned a lot about a really good offense. And it was a great experience being around those people at that program. They won a lot of games and had some very good memories there.
Now, are you looking to, you're a tight ends coach, but you're originally an offensive lineman. Do you ever want to get back to O-line, or you're just expanding your game by being tight ends coach?
Well, yes and no. I would love to be the offensive line coach somewhere, someday, hopefully at Fresno State one day. But I'm in no hurry. I love the job I have, and that's the most important thing. And right now, my job is to be the tight ends coach at Fresno State, so my job is to be the best tight ends coach in Mountain West Conference. That's my goal.
How excited or different is recruiting now? Because you were once recruited yourself, and now you're doing it. Now you're doing it. How different is it trying to talk to a prospective athlete?
Sure.
Rather than listening to it.
Well, I think it's great because I'm a product of the system. I'm a product of the product I'm selling. So I think it's really easy for me to recruit kids to Fresno State just because I came here, I graduated here. Fresno State gave me an opportunity to pursue a career that I'm infatuated with. So I believe in this institution. I believe in this program. I love working for our head football coach. So it's easy to go out and try and sell a program when you believe in it.
And last thing before we let you go, and thank you again for your time. Are we going to see you put on the pads at practice maybe once or twice?
No. Retired. 4 knee surgeries. I'm done. Everybody from Bakersfield to Stockton knows that I was a mummy by the time my career was over. So I'm done. I'm retired. But I'm going to here to hopefully coach some kids for a lot of years to come.
Awesome. Anything else before we let you go?
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.